clear now. Yeah, we can see 17 minutes.
Let me see. Okay, fine. You can see it now, right?
Yes, we can see it now. Yeah, I can see it now. Theta, USDT, ICP, and all. Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, fine. That's exactly what I want to know. So this is the signal.
Okay, yeah, it's better now. I think I can see the screen and what is written on it.
So this is the signal. This is the signal room for the bot, and you can also filter. You can also okay, fine. So you can also filter this signal, by coming here to switch from exchange to exchange. Like if you want a signal from Bitfinex, for instance, on Bitfinex there is about 72 signals there about on Bitfinex. So once you click on it, you filter out every other signal that is coming from other exchanges. All right. So this is how the signal works. Look at this now. AAVE USDT pairs. Since the time the bot released this signal about 4 hours ago, it has done 4.37% on that exchange. All right. So you want to take advantage of signals before this becomes a full bar. Once this becomes a full bar, it's almost too late for you. So this 3.2%, 3.7%, 4.5% profit they are seeing, only people that were able to take advantage of signal when the bar was still showing two whites, like this one's now, like one white, another white, or if it's just a single white. So if you have jumped on these pairs at that point, then by now you should be in profit by now. Okay. So, but the thing is that the signal does not. There is no guarantee. Even the software developers does not guarantee that signal will give you profit because it is generated by artificial intelligence. Okay, and the output as at the time is generating that signal for you. Okay, so like these ones now, these ones are losing signals. This is minus 0 point something percent. But what I've discovered so far overall is that if you take advantage of about 10 of these signals that the bot is generating, most likely about 70% of those signals will actually lead to profit. So this is one of the ways you can take advantage of the bots. I hope that is clear. That is simple. That is simple enough to do. So if, for instance, now if you're not on Bitfinex and you are probably on Binance, maybe the only exchange that you're familiar with is Binance, you can just come here and filter this one out. Just click on Binance. So once you click on Binance, already you begin to see peers on Binance. Okay, you begin to see peers on Binance. But the way I always prefer to use signal from two platforms. That is the signal that is coming from KuCoin and the signal that is coming from Bitfinex. Okay, the Binance signal is not only so like it's not as profitable as signal that's coming from that platform. And the reason is that the information that Binance supply is quite different from that information that the other exchange supply. So Binance always have a kind of restriction where you're interacting with the API. I don't know the reason for that. So I'm just here to share this experience with you. Now there's an arbitrage opportunity on the platform, like those who are familiar with arbitrage, buying coin from one exchange, selling on other platforms. So you can always come to this session and see if you can get an arbitrage opportunity that will give you this like this BCHI on CAX. If you are buying on CAX and you are selling on OB, and you are spending about $3,669 on that trip, you should be able to have $65 for that trip. So that is if the regular function is not disabled, manage their funds on the platform. So this is one of them. When you click on have access to the history of the kind of coins you have. It's not loading up because the network is kind of slow. That's why you're seeing something like any something like that. So by the time, let me try and refresh this page so you can be able to see. Okay. Let me see. So that's about the portfolio. And if you guys have been paying attention to the crypto space for some time now, you may have noticed that market is on a dipping level. And tonight I'm going to show you how to take advantage of the market dip. So this is my exchange. These are the connected exchange. I connected KuCoin, I connected Poloniex, I connected Binance, Binance Spot and Futures with this single account. Okay, so that's an overview of my exchange. Now let's go back to the reason why we are here. That's just by the way. I think some guys are sending me messages. Let me see what all is bad. No, you don't need laptop for bots. So you can do all these things on phone. But me, because I trade multiple accounts, so I always prefer to work on PC than work because it gives me access to bigger screen I can. So now we are going to set up a bot on classic bots and Sbot. So you want to choose between classic and Sbot. This way, choose the classic bot. The Sbot is here. So this is the Sbot. This is the classic bot. I don't know if I have to explain the core difference between the classic bots and the Sbots, it may take us quite a number of time. But for the sake of some people, because I noticed that the audience today is larger than what we had yesterday. We have about 22 people here tonight, which is awesome. So I want to believe that some people were not here last night when we talked about the classic and the Sbot. So because of these people, I'm going to quickly explain the core difference between the classic bot and the Sbot. But before I jump into that, let me go on Google first. Let me go on Google. Okay, I'm glad you can see that. Let me go to Google and show you guys something. When you get to Google, type something like quotes currency. You don't have to memorize these, guys. You don't have to memorize it. There's no point for that. So click on images. When you click on images, you see something like this. Euro USD. But in our own case now, because we are doing crypto, this is not forex, then it has to be like BTC, USD, ETH, USD, and USDT and stuff like that. So the one you have at the left-hand side is your base currency. And the one you have at your right-hand side is your quote currency. So typically, I want to believe that all of you are from Nigeria. So typically, if you're in Nigeria now, you want to buy dollar from Aboki, the currency that you have with you, which is the Naira, is your quote currency. Then the currency that you want to buy from Aboki in Allen Avenue or whatever place you are meeting Aboki, that is called the base currency. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear enough. That is called the base currency. So what you're doing is that you're using your quote currency. In fact, what you are doing in trading often is that you are trying to use your quote currency, okay, to buy the base currency. So always put that at the back of your mind. If you are using the USD to buy Bitcoin, then the Bitcoin that you are buying is the base currency, and your Theta, which is the USDT, is your quote currency. So based on this premise, I'm going to explain to you the core difference between the Sbot and the combo bot. Sorry, and the classic bot. So I prepared a small document for this purpose. Fine. So let me scroll down. Okay. I think I did an analysis here. So the core difference is that if you are using the classic bot, you are giving the bot an instruction that, okay, bot, I need you to buy this currency for me. Okay, so you continue to buy fixed amount of base currency per day, regardless of the price movement in the market. Now, let's say the price of Bitcoin is $60,000 as at the time you are trying to set up the bot. Now, when you enter the market, it was $60,000, and your trading capital is $1,000. All right. So the bot is going to divide that capital into grids, into different grids. So if you are choosing 10 grids, the bot will divide the capital into 10 equal parts. So let's assume that you are choosing 10 grids. You're going to see how the grid works very soon when we get to the practical part. So let's assume that you are choosing the 10 grids to work with. If that is the case, it will divide $1,000 by 10. So each grid, the bot will execute a buy order. It will execute a buy and sell order for you by taking out $100 from that money. Okay, that is for Sbot. All right. The what's it called? The Sbot will always take $100. That is a fixed amount of your quote currency. It will always take $100 and buy, regardless of the market condition. Okay. So, but for the classic bots will not behave like that. What the classic bot is that the classic bot takes advantage of the price volatility and gives some level of protection. All right. But that protection will now help you to maximize the profit. Two of them, they have trade-offs. The trade-offs is that if you are using Sbot, should market go down, then your loss is going to be minimal. Okay, and when it goes up, your profit also will be minimal. But for the classic bots, okay, if the market is going down, then you are losing. Correct? But if the market should go up, then your profit is also, so it works perfectly with the uptrend. That's for the classic. So now, let's assume that you're using the classic bot now. The classic bot will take the first trade, it will take $100 and buy Bitcoin at $60,000. So it will only be able to buy about 0.00167 of Bitcoin at that moment. Should the market go down to like $50,000, you expect the bot to take another $100, right? No, the classic bot will not do that. The classic bot will just take $83.38 and buy the same amount, the same quantity of Bitcoin. So the classic bot begins to buy the same quantity of Bitcoin regardless of the market condition, and you now start using different amounts of the base currency. And in this case, your base currency is USDT. So, but for the Sbot, it behaves in the opposite way. Its own is that the quote currency that it is using is fixed. But in classic bot, it is not fixed. So that is the core difference between the Sbot and the classic bot. So I'm retouching this for the sake of people that may have missed yesterday's class. Now, having understood this, we can now proceed to the major point now, which is okay. I think I've been able to touch on that, the difference between Sbot and classic bot. And the next topic now is how to connect with your API. Okay, that's the next topic right now. Okay. So let me go back to the bot. Let me go to the Binance and use a dummy account for that purpose. Binance.com. So when I get on Binance, I have an account there already, so there's no point logging into that. So log in. I'm using it for that, not this. I'm using this. Okay. So then, someone is trying to write on the screen, please. Avoid that as much as possible. I'm going to erase it. Okay. So I need a Google Authenticator. Where's my smartphone? In the Google Authenticator. One, 4, 1, 3, 3, 8. Fine. So let's assume that I want to connect the bot with API. All I have to do is to come here, okay? So, and scroll down to this point and click on the API management. When you click on the API management, then it gives you an opportunity to delete or create new API. So on this dummy account now, I'm going to create a new API. So I'm going to label this API as, let me say, Bull Masters class. Okay, that's the name of this API. Then I'm going to create it. Click on create. Okay, so I need to verify, I need to enter a
Content King, for security reason, wouldn't you blur your API key issue?
No. This is a dummy account, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. It's all right.
It's a dummy account. Thank you very much.
Okay, it's all right.
So now, I'm going to enter the email address now. The verification has been sent to my mail, so I'm going to check it now. A minute, please. I'm going to check this. This is the code. 2990583. Google authentication. That's 313-280. So I've been able to create an API, as you can see here. So now if I want to connect, if I want to link this API with my exchange, all I need is to copy this. This is the API key, and this is my secret key. Okay. So, but if you want to be able to use this API to trade on Binance futures, because there is a futures trading bot also that has been integrated with this bot. Okay. All you need to do is to come here, probably try and edit restrictions. Once you edit restrictions, come here and click on enable futures. Because if you don't enable futures, there is no how the bot can trade on futures market. Already the spot and margin trading, both of them are enabled in the platform. Okay. So let's assume that I want to like add this API. All I need to just come to exchanges, add new exchange, takes you to this place. Then if I want to add Binance US, for instance now, so I'll just copy this API from here. I'll copy this. Okay, I'm going to paste it here. So then I'm going to try and copy out this one also. Sorry about that. So I think you guys get what I'm trying to do. I'm going to copy this one out. And this one get one out. Let me try. I'm going to copy this out. Then I'll come here and paste it. Once I click on connect, assume that I'm entering the right information right now. Once I click on connect, it automatically connects to my API and to display the account balance like this on those exchanges. So that is how to connect with the API. Okay, so let's move on to the next part. The next part now is launching a bot on sports market. Okay, so now I want to launch a bot on sports market. Now let's go. Now, let me just give an overview of this point. This is the strategy point. When you click on this, you have the chance to switch between Sbot, classic bot, and the combo bot. And I think I've explained how Sbot works, classic bot works. And the combo bot works in such a way that it can make money for you by buying and it can also make money for you by selling. So that's how the futures work. So if you guys are already familiar with futures. So this is a KuCoin. You can switch between exchanges here. And this is where you can choose a pair. If the pair is not listed here, you can type the abbreviation of the pair and it should come up right there, as long as it's trading on the exchange that you've chosen at this point. Okay. So this is where you can input the number of investment that you want to invest into that coin. If you want, you can change this by this slider. You can slide it if you want, but for convenience, I prefer to type the specific amount. So this is for the lower price. The lower price works at lower grid, as you can see from here. The upper grid works at the upper grid, which is here, because this is the trailing up button. If the price is going up and you want the bot to follow that price, follow it accordingly using the trail features. They have the grid percentage, they have the grid levels, they have the take profit point if you want to take profit at 50%. That's an instruction given to that bot. And also, if you want to put your stop loss to like 2.449, so it will hit that stop loss at that point and protect you from a potential massive loss or a potential loss. Okay. So, but I have developed confidence to an extent that I no longer trade with stop loss any longer. So I only trade with take profits. So, but if you're just getting started, I advise that you try and use your stop loss as much as possible. It's a protection layer that has been created for you. So why not use it? So let's launch the bot tonight and see exactly how this works. So let me switch back to Binance. I'm going to be looking for a pair that can be traded against BUSD. I think I have some small balance on it. So I'm going to look for a pair that trades against BUSD by typing BUSD on this box. Now I'm going to search. Let me look for USPA. USD. Okay, this is USD. So right now, the USD is on a downtrend, as you can see from this chart. If this is not clear enough to you, and you're still doubting it, you can come here and switch to 1 hour. If you're familiar with using TradingView, the platform provides you a decent amount of tools that you can use to analyze the chart. So it's on a downward spiral right now. So what you want to be doing is this: as a trader, if you think that this point that you're seeing here is a turnaround point, like a reversal is bound to happen around this price point, it's about $4.4, and at this point, this happens to be like another support point, this is another support point, another support point. So if you think that at this point, the price will reverse at this point, all you have to do is to come here and set a bot that will buy a different price point, sell for you at profit, so that you can make profit from this price volatility. Okay. So what I'm going to be doing now is this: I will come here and say, okay, the minimum. Okay, let me explain this. There's a difference between high frequency bots and low frequency bots. If you have large amount of capital, then I advise that you use a low frequency bot. Take massive advantage of the market. But if the capital is not so big, like now I have about 229 BUSD here, and I want to be able to utilize this amount of money there, I have no option than to make use of the high frequency bots. So what is the difference between the high frequency bots and the low frequency bots? To me, once your grid tail percentage is lower than 1%, to me, that is a high frequency bot. Once it's between 1 to 2%, like this, 2%, you can see that this gives you low number of grids. When you put this to 0.0, the grids are much. There are several grids, more than 100 of them here. So the higher the grid step percentage, the lower the amount of grids they can use. But a high frequency bot works such a way that it takes advantage of every tiny price action in the market. But imagine that I'm using a 3% rate. It means that the bot will only buy only when it gets to every of these grids. And the distance between and here is about over 10 cents. So for the bot to be able to go live to work on your behalf, then the price volatility must be like a step of 10 cents or 15 cents every now and then. But imagine that you're using like 0.5, then anyhow, what do you want to do? You understand? Definitely the bot will keep buying and selling. So I'm going to move this to this point, and see if I can be able to launch this. So now there's an instruction. It says if this is the lower price and this is the upper price. Okay.
Hello.
I think his network has gone bad.
Okay, that is Content King network, right?
Yeah, the person taking the webinar.
Okay. And let me see how I can reach through here. I didn't get you well.
I said the webinar so far has been quite educative and informative.
Yeah, so I don't know why. And I did everything possible today to make sure that we are not having technical issue. But let me contact him. I think maybe Nigerian network. Let me contact him.
All right.
You guys should just please bear with us. At least in our Nigerian network.
You call Nigerian network. You know the Nigerian network. Where you come from?
All of us are Nigerian network.
Slow down, I beg.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, fine. Oh, fine. Okay.
Welcome back.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay, let's go back. Okay, fine. So now I want to launch this bot now. The bot says that I don't have enough money to launch this bot. It is obvious because I only have 12 USD. So for me to be able to use this bot configuration,
we are not seeing your screen. We are not seeing your screen.
Hey, wala deo. What do you go do now?
Wala deo for Nigeria. You share your screen now. Okay, let me. I'm coming.
Share your
let me make.
Okay. Let me share it now. Okay, the host disabled the participant from sharing screen.
I made you host again.
Okay, fine, cool. So can you guys see my screen now?
Oh, no, we are not seeing it.
Okay,
no. You never share.
Okay, fine. Just give me. Okay. We could have used. Okay. All right. So by now you should be able to see the screen now. Can you see it now?
Yeah, we're back.
Okay, beautiful. So now it is obvious that we don't have enough balance on that account at the moment. So for us to be able to launch a bot with this exact configuration, then we have two options. We have two options. The option is to tweak this configuration or top up the account with the balance. So if you're going to topping this up, then we should add it up in such a way that the balance should be about 484 BUSD. Okay, because the bot sometimes misbehave. If you even add the exact amount, it still wants you to leave like extra percentage, like about 0.3 or 1% the balance. So now, because I'm using this account because I need to be able to cater the needs of an average bot user. An average bot user may want to launch a bot by not using a capital that is more than $250, or let me say $220, or what have you. So now, if I'm trying to like teach such person how to configure the bot, then this is how it works. What you want to do now is that the current price of EOUSDT is 4.43. Now, you want to change this to 4.5. The reason you want to change this to 4.5 is that, at this upper grid level, we are having low grid at the upper price. Now we're now having a bunch of grid at the lower. You see, you should give your bot allowance to buy even deeper. In case the price is still going deeper. Okay, because there is nothing like a trail down button. There used to be a trail down button, I think last year or so. But because a lot of traders were losing money, that is why the platform had to disable that function, that features on the platform. So the only thing you now have is your trail up button. Okay, so should the market now rally to 6.5, the bot will follow that price. Forget about the upper price. Forget, this is not going to restrict your bot from trading. Get your upper price to 4.5. For the fact that your trail up button is activated, all right. If EOUSDT should like, it should enter $100, you're going to follow it accordingly. That is why it is intelligent. All right. So because there is not like a trade down button that can help you trade down massively in case the price is going down. So you have to like make sure that you have a decent lower price, and a decent amount of grid at the lower price point. So I'm going to put this at 4.0. So at 4.0, we are still not able to launch the bot because of this configuration. Now, what do? I'll come here and reduce my grid to about 18. If I reduce my grid to about 18, what I say here? It says not enough balance. At least 378.94 BUSD required to start the bot with this settings. Okay. So if I'm using a demo account now, I'll be having none of these restrictions. I want to believe that you guys are not going to be using demo account for this. You're going to be using your real account. You can start with demo, but I want to use the real account so that you can see exactly how it is in case you want to practice it with your real account. So now, it's not going to launch even with this grid level. If I should not come here, please, there's going to be a question and answer time, please. If I should not come here and reduce this to 10. At 10, I will be able to launch this. Okay? So, but it is no longer a high frequency trading because the grid step percentage is now more than 1. Do you get it? Any grid step percentage that is less than 1, I don't know that be considered as high frequency trading. So what I'm going to do now is to come here and change this to 1. When I change this to 1, it gives me a level grid. Even at level grid, I'm still going to be able to launch with this balance. But I don't want to launch on this balance. Let me say, it is normal for me to be a little bit greedy. I want to be able to use as many grid as possible. You have to be able to optimize this. What I have to do now is to come here. Let me reduce this to 0.9. At 0.9, no show. Okay. What about 0.96? What about that? Okay. What about 0.98? Fine. So at 0.98, it's still giving me the same number of grid. You understand? But I still prefer this because this is within the range of a high frequency trading. All right. So every price volatility between this and this As long as the price is moving like this, the only problem I'm going to have with this configuration is if the price of EOS now dip downward to any price below 4.0. At 3.5, the bot will go out of range. Stop trading. You understand? It will be looking at everything in the market, but it will not trade. Okay? So that is why if you have black capital, what you want to do is to bring this even downward up to this point at least. Then to execute this, you need more capital. That's about $550. Okay? So this allows you, this gives your bot a breathing space. You see, there is a way you can still use even a balance of $50 and trade. I'm going to show you that. Just pay attention, please. No question yet, for God's sake. So, but because quite a number of Nigerians today is Binance, if it's not Binance, it's not making sense to many of our guys. Because the Binance they've taken over almost every segment of crypto market space in Nigeria. They've done a very wonderful job in that. So now, let's consider this capital now. We have about 230 billion now. So I'm going to go to our normal price point now. We'll go to past ourselves. Okay, so that's 4.0 for the small guys that are using small capital. So if that is the case, then you can now come here. And the boss is not asking you, my friend, at what point do you want to take profit on your behalf? Because the bot is your slave. You are the master. Now the boss is asking you a question now. Okay, sir, at what point do you want to take profit? I used to be greedy. I used to put at 20%. Well, if you're not as greedy as me, why not put as 10%? So that the moment the bot has been able to generate a profit of 10% for you, it automatically closes every trade. And what the next thing you see on your phone is an email alert that congratulations, your bot closed at social price point and this is your profits. All right. So, but I usually put it at 50% because that's what I'm expecting. Even though it is not up to that, it is me. I'll now go back later on and close the report manually. But if you want a complete automation, that's how to go about it. So it's asking you, okay, my lord, okay, what if the market is not going as it should? And I don't want you to lose so much money, Oga. You understand? What should I do? Okay, if that's the case, what you have to do is just anytime the price gets to $3.5, I can't afford to lose more than that. Just close every trade. Okay. So once you do that, now you have, this is a perfect configuration for a small one that is trading with this amount of money. For someone that is trading with $1 million now, I have a different configuration for that. That's going to be, in fact, that's going to be like hyper speed trading. Like if you have big capital, the bot can make 1,000 trades for you in the power of 6 hours. You get it, depending on your configuration. So now, this is the perfect trade. The next thing for us to do now is to launch. Click on start. Okay, start this bot right now. Okay, buy. It says this bot, to start this bot, is ready to buy this amount of EOS, that is 4.75 EOS, not the dollar value now. It is the quantity of EOS that the bot needs to buy initially to start trading. He said, we are going to buy it at the market price. You should be aware of that. He said, yes. It's filled instantly. Okay. Okay, look at this. Okay, fine, thank God. Look at this now. This bot is out of range because of the configuration that I use for this trade. And I'm not going to close it because I'm quite sure that it will still come back to range and it will continue its work. So that is why you need to leave the bot to its work. So as you can see from here, if you click on this point, you can see some other changes, some other parameters like, okay, close orders, other statuses and stuff like that. You can even come back if 50% profit is not okay for you. Like, I want to be more greedy. Change this to 100%. It will still change it. It's not as maybe once you configure it, you have no opportunity to still maneuver your way again. So if you stop loss again, if you're not okay with it, you can still change the stop loss to $3 if you want. Yeah, it changes. Okay, so that is how to take advantage of the market volatility with the bots. And I've shown you how to launch a bot on the sports market. Don't allow this register use nothing. Okay, so and you want to have access to your sport history. So just come here. Okay, it will load the information for you. Okay, so this has been the sport history so far, like the recent sport history, as you can see from there. So now, if you now want to switch between Sbot to classic bot, just come here and click on classic bot. Okay, and just maneuver the configurations to achieve something that is similar to what is here. Okay, so for the Sbot, you said you cannot start several bots on the same peer. So the reason why I will not be able to launch a classic bot is because I've launched Sbot on this currency pair. So it is not possible for you to launch bots, two bots, like say classic bot and Sbot on the same currency pair. So if I want to launch a bot now, and I still insist that, okay, I want to trade US against dollars, I can just come here and choose between US and USDT. So I can just change this from USD to USDT. So to achieve similar results. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, US USDT. So if you do that, you'll be able to launch this also against dollars. So that's about launching your bot on the sports trading market. So we're going to be moving on to the next part of this training now, which is launching a bot on futures. Okay, launching a bot on futures. We're going to have this on a smart order. Okay. Now, it's about coming to this point. Sorry to say this, the Bitsgap platform does not have their combo bot is not compatible with KuCoin. They're still working on that development. It's not compatible with any other exchange except Binance. The Binance have a bot you can use to trade. You don't want to use Bitsgap, but the futures they can take advantage on, and what Bitsgap bot can do, Binance cannot even do 1/3 of it. Now, I'm going to show you, just wait. So let's assume that I think that the price of BUSD will keep going down. What will I do? I will short the market. I want to believe that 100% of the participants today understand futures trading. So I'm building on that perception to teach you this. I don't have to go into details of futures trading any longer. So if you believe that if you analyze this market, and you think that, man, this trend is like everything is just going deeper, like deeper life. You come here. This is not 1 day chart because it doesn't look like a day chart. Okay, and I load up the chart on Binance. Yeah, load your markets. Load up the chart on Binance. Let me just continue the explanation. So yeah.
How many?
Joel,
Yeah,
Joel,
yeah,
you
I'm
need to
with you.
make you need to make me an host so that I can share my screen with everyone.
Okay. Let me do that. I wanted to be sure that what they're calling it. Just a minute, please. Okay. Let me
Okay.
just give me 1 second. Sorry. Yeah, you're host now.
Oh, thank you. Let me attempt it again. Okay, fine. Okay. So you're welcome to the futures trading platform now. Let's say that the market is still dipping. We don't even now dip the dip we go. Actually. So now you think that you want to launch a short position. What the bot does at this point is that once the US price goes up, it will buy. Okay. It will buy at higher price. Okay. It will buy at higher price. So, and as the price is going down, you make profit. That's how the futures trading work. And if you long, it means that you want to buy at lower price. As the price continues to increase, and you make money from that. Okay. So, what this bot is going to do now is to take advantage of the market volatility and sell for you. If you are shorting, that is, if you are taking a short position, like you think the price of this will go down, and sell and short at different price points so that you can make some profit for yourself. So what you want to do now is to come here. I think the balance is more than 20 USD, but that is the maximum that the bot can allow us to use because the balance is about 40 something dollars, if I'm not mistaken. So now, you can use similar configuration also if you want. The one that we used earlier on. Make some like 4.5. Okay, this is 4.5. But this is the catch, guys. Because you are shorting, all right, you want to make sure that you have more grid at the upper parts than you have at the lower parts. If you are longing, you want to make sure that you have more grid at the lower parts than you have. This is a mistake that a lot of users make when you're using this spot. Okay, so because we are shorting now, I would prefer that we have more grid at this point than you have lesser grid at this point. Okay. Then it now says that there is not enough balance at least we need for always to launch this pair because we are using X10. You can come here and change your leverage to X5X, 3X, 2X, 8X if you want, but the maximum that the platform allows you to use is 10X. If you want to use 50X, please go to Binance and do that. But for the bot will not allow you to use more than 10X leverage. And also, you can switch between cross and isolated leverage. I prefer to use cross leverage because it allows me to stay longer in that trade without any fear of liquidation. So that's why I prefer to use cross leverage. So now, if that is the case, I'm going to come here. What is my DCA point? I'm going to use like 20 DCA points. Okay, 20 DCA points. And let me increase this to 5. If that is the case, I'm not able to launch this bot. It's asking for a minimum of $20 to launch this bot. Let me make this $20. So once I increase this to $20, and I'm using 0.5% DCA and grid step, okay? The DCA, this is how the DCA works. Let me explain it. The DCA works in such a way that, let's say you are using a short position. Now, the bot is buying at a price point, expecting the market to go down to make profits. Instead of the market to go down, okay, let me see if I can. So instead of the market to go down as you're expecting, the market is still going up. As the market is going up, the bot is going to buy for you at higher price. Okay, the more the bot is going to buy for you at higher price, should that pair go down, then you're making more profits. Okay, that is how the DCA works. So it works to actually help you reduce your losses. as much as possible. Okay, that is how it works. So what I'm going to be doing now is I want to reduce this to 4.0 and make this 4.5. Let's see if it will work. Okay, fine, it's working perfectly. Okay, not so perfect. Okay, maybe for 5.5. It's working at 5.5. No problem. Let's go back to 4.2 and 4.9. Okay, that's okay. So this is how you're going to configure this. And immediately you launch this, it's going to bring up a message that says, okay, there's no even message for that. Okay, now, okay, fine. The market order has been filled and the bot has started. That's the message I want to see. So now you have been able to launch a bot for the sports market, and also you've been able to launch a bot on the futures market. Right now, the bot is losing because, let me admit this, guys. So the bot is losing because the price is going up a little bit, right? So as far as this market continues to go down, this bot will keep it up. Okay. So by the time you check this out, probably the next 2 days or 3 days or 4 days, I'm going to actually post the results in the group, and you can see for yourself. Okay. So you begin to make profits gradually. So if you want to make fast money, you use the combo bot. And if you want to make money slowly and consistently, then you use the Sbots on the sports market, or the, what's it called? The classic bot also on the sports market. So I'll be able to explain to you how these things work on the sports market and also on the futures market. Okay. So the next thing I want to teach you guys tonight is the smart order. How do you create smart order? And how do you take massive advantage of smart? Okay. So this is the next topic we're going to talk about. So if you want to use a smart order, the way smart orders work is that it allows you to have your cake. Sorry, it allows you to eat your cake. Then you're going to ask, like, what do I mean by that statement? Okay, let me show you. It's a complete automation that no exchange offers. Okay, you can see that on this one now, when profits of 0.5%. I didn't use the bot for the link API. I actually did this manually, okay, on exchange. So now let's see how these things work. Assuming that you want to trade USDT on the smart order terminal, all you have to do is to come here, say, okay, I want you to buy US for me at $4, 4.0. If you think that the market is going to crash up to this point, then it will ask you. No, I think there's a mistake here. Let's switch to spot market. We're still on futures. Let's go to the spot market. Okay, fine. You're not spot market. So let's do US, BUSD, US. Okay, let me go to KuCoin. Let me use KuCoin for that. So let's still try our hands on USD on KuCoin. So I still believe that the price is coming to this point. That is why I'm even shorting. The price is going to come to this 4.2. Okay, by the next few hours. Okay. So if that is the case, and you are setting a buy order at 4.0. Okay, at 4.0, it's asking you the amount of US you want to buy. You don't need to bother yourself about that. Just type in the amount you want to buy. You want to buy $200. Okay. And when you click on this, you activate this, it is asking you a take profit point. If you buy for me at $4, I want to take profit at 4.5. Okay. So you come here and click. By the time the bot, by the time this software buy US for you at $4 and it sells for you at 4.5, then this is an automatic profit that you get. That's 12.5%. That's about $25 profit that will be returned on that investment. So, and if you want, you can actually have a different price point. Okay, you can tell the bot that, okay, I want you to take another profit for me, like 20% of what you bought, sell for me at 4.8. Okay, if you want, you can add another target and say, okay, sell this for me at 5.2. Okay, you can set different take profit points, and the bot will obey you. So by the time the bot sells 60% at 4.5, sell another 20% at 4.8, 20% at 5.2. This is going to be my cumulative. This is going to be my estimated profit of about $5. So, and if I think that, okay, in case the market goes below the point where I bought, I will have to just come here and set the stop loss. So should this go to 3.5, okay, please, I need you to help me reduce my loss. So your potential gain is $35, and your potential loss is $26. So this is a robust automation. Like, you know what the worst condition will be, and you know what the best output can be. Okay. And if you're okay with this, you're not okay with this, you can still change this to like 8.7, and it reduces the losses to minus $14. Okay. You can just come here and click on buy US. And if you pay attention to this, you've been able to do like 4 things at the same time. You've been able to set a buy order, you've been able to sell a take profits, you've been able to set the take profit point at different price level, and you've been able to you'll be able to set a stop loss also to protect you. So these things are not available on our exchange. Most of the exchanges I know, they don't give you money to do this. This order you just created is called a shadow order. A shadow order is an order that is not registered on the exchange. Okay, it is not registered on your exchange, but the bots will monitor the price. So once it gets to that level, then it's just kick in. The exchange is not seeing this, but it is on the Bitsgap platform. Until it gets to that price, that is when this will be executed. Okay, so that is how to use a smart trade terminal. Okay, so I have about 6 open orders here. And these are on this particular account, and I have about 5 orders here. So if you look at this, I think the NPL, I have, if I should close this now, I'll be closing this in profits. So because I'm not okay with these profits, so there is no how I'm going to close any of these now until they automatically hit my profits. Or probably like in the next 5 days or the next 1 week, I'm just come back to this software and check the price point. And if I'm okay with the profit, I can just start to close everything. All right. So for all of these orders now, they are not executed. I'm still waiting for these orders to get executed. So that is how to use a smart trade terminal. Okay. So tonight we've been able to cover different topics on this board. The difference between the Sbot, classic boards, how to connect to exchange, how to launch a bot on spot market, how to launch a bot on the futures market, and how to take advantage of smart order. Okay. So I think I'll be able to do justice to this conversation. And now we have 15 solid minutes for question and answer. So you can just fire from any angle, ask me any question that you have in your mind, or anything, any observation, anything. And I'll answer all the questions accordingly. So I'm going to unmute everybody now. Ask me as many questions as possible in the next 15. Okay, guys. I'll go on with the question if you have any question, please.
Okay, good evening. Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, this is fabulous. I want to appreciate your effort and the training given to us. Very educative and so far good. This is still very new to us, and you yourself will not expect us to dial everything all together today. It is a gradual process, you know.
Yeah.
You've been into these things for some time now, so it will be very easier for you to digest. And as you are sharing with us, we are taking it bit by bit, trying to grab these things. So far, so good from your sharing this evening. I want to see among these two, both the classic and the what is it called? The other boat. Which one do you subscribe? Which one do you recommend? The smart trade and the classic and the combo. Which one is more reliable for beginners? Because you just explained the functions of these three, how they work, how you can make use and minimize profit. Minimize the profit by using it. What do you subscribe? What do you recommend for beginners that are coming into this the platform?
Okay. So I'm gonna mute everyone because there is a lot of background noise now. I'm gonna mute everybody now. I can answer that question accordingly. Okay. Now to answer your question now, when I first started using this software last year, I focused more on using Sbot. The reason being that if you're using Sbot, your profits margin is not so high. Also, the probability that you will lose is also low if you're using the Sbot. But once you get more confidence, that you become more conversant with the trading system, the trading software, then I recommend that you go to classic. Okay. But if there is a market dip and you are sure of reversal, that okay, at this price point, there is every probability that the market will reverse. Okay. I recommend that even if you're a beginner, I recommend that you use a classic bot. Excuse me, use a classic bot. Also, if you have a decent amount of trading capital, okay, you are able to like commit up to half of $1,000 now for a single trade. Okay, then you can use a classic bot for that. So pay attention to what I said. If you have a capital that allows you to use a wider grid space, like sorry, a tighter grid space, not wide in this sense, a tighter grid space, then by every means try and use a classic bot. Also, if you believe that the market is going to have a reversal, like there's going to be like an upward reversal, then use, even though if you're trading with small capital, then you can still use the classic bot. But if you're just getting started and you are risk averse, so I advise that you start with an Sbot. So I hope I've been able to answer your question now, Mr. Fabulous.
Yeah. Understood what you have just explained. It's okay.
Okay. You have Dan Railboat, I think. Do you have any question? Okay, do you want hacks? Okay,
Yeah, I do. I definitely have so many questions, even while in some of them said I've either forgotten or you answered a few of them in the course of teaching anyway. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you go on, please? I can hear you.
Can anyone hear me? Okay.
Okay, is this still fabulous?
No, this is not fabulous. Someone else. Someone else.
It's robot. It's robot. Can you hear me?
Okay. Go on, please. Go on, please. I can hear you.
Okay, so like my brother Fabulous was talking about now, the information seems to be too much to take in all at once. I'm happy the platform has a demo account and practice some of these things you're talking about in the configurations and settings and all that. I'm sure with more practice, we'll be able to get used to it. What I was really considering is one, the time frame. What I'm seeing this the screen you're sharing right now. There are different time frames. Do they count while you're trading or just for your analysis?
Are you using a microphone or a headset?
No, I'm actually on loudspeaker. Can't hear me clearly.
Yeah, it's not audible enough. I want to hear your question.
Okay, my question is on the time frame. So I'm asking if time frame matters. Does it matter the time frame when you're setting the grid and all that? So just the grid. But
Question is still not. No, I don't know what's happening. I think there's a kind of foam.
okay, let me type it.
No, he's asking if the time frame determines the trading. That's what he's asking. The time frame. Do you use the time frame just for the analysis? I think that's
okay. Like, do I use time frame for analysis, right? That's correct.
Yes, not for analysis, for setting the boat. Does it matter the time frame? Like 1 hour, 5 minutes, daily, whatever.
Yeah, the time frame matters.
Because
like I said, I think someone asked similar question yesterday. Time frame matters. Like I said yesterday, if you're trading with I have a friend that trades with a capital.
So which time frame do you use or advise?
Let me give an example now. Let me give an example now. I know quite a number of people that trade with a capital of over $100,000. So for someone that is trading with capital of over $100,000, as far as this bot is concerned, okay, he can afford to use a higher time frame. Oh, let me go back. Let me go back to Binance and show you something. So let me mute everyone. The noise is just so much. Let me mute everyone. Okay. Now, this is the Binance platform. Let's go to US. Sorry. Here is still fiat market. That is the USD. So when we get to the USD, so what do we expect from here? Let's wait until the chart is fully loaded. I want to show you guys something. Okay. Let me go to a very high time frame of 1 month time frame. All right. Now, this is 1 month time frame. Every candlestick represents a month. Now, someone that have a big capital can afford to trade EOS using an upper range of $5 and a lower range of let me say $2. Okay. Now let me go back to Bitsgap because it doesn't allow us to load up charts with higher time frame. So if that is the case, such person can start a bot using that configuration. Now, see how much is required to launch that kind of configuration. Let me show you real quick. Let me go to the bot. This is the bot. Imagine that my lower price is $2 and my higher price is $5. I want to make use of 180 grids. I want to use everything. To launch a bot on this, let me change here to USDT so I can have a better view of what I'm trying to say. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, this is USDT. Now, if I want to launch a bot using this trade configuration, like the lower price point is 2, the upper price point is 7. I want to leave this trade for like 1 year. Yeah, you can do that. So I want to increase this to 180, rate. Let's put this at 0.4. Okay, 0.4. So it means that you need the balance of at least in the balance of 4,800 USD to do that. So if you have 4,800 USD to do that, okay, what you can do is to launch the bot. And once you launch the bot, assuming the person had already launched the bot at this price point when the US was around this range, even despite the fact that the US has dipped back to 4.4, the person will still be in massive profit because the bot will have made profit for you consistently. That even when you are losing, as far as the bot is not out of range, that even when you are losing, the loss will be minimal. Let me give you an instance now. Look at this bot. Where is it? Oh my God. Okay. Look at this bot. I launched on about how many days ago? About 10 days ago. It's obviously out of range. And now I've lost about 9%. Sorry, about 10% on this trade. Okay. If I have not been using bots to trade, my brother, my loss by now should be about 30%. Okay, because the bot has already done some work on my behalf. It has made some profit for me consistently. That is why the loss is so reduced to this point. Otherwise, the loss will be massive. So if you have a large capital for trading, I advise that you use a high time frame. But for someone that have a low capital for trading, I recommend that you should use 1 hour time frame. And that is what I've been using on all the accounts. Okay, use 1 hour time frame. So stick to that if you don't have large amount of capital. But if you have large amount of capital, use higher time frame because you can afford to stay long in that trade without closing it, even for like 3 months, 6 months, up to a year on that trade. So that's the answer to that question. Let me know if you have more question on that. I'm not mute everybody now. Juwon, please, can you unmute everybody, please, from your side? Hello, Juwon.
Yeah, hello. Yeah.
Please,
I didn't get you
unmute
well.
everybody. Please help me and unmute everybody from that side. In case you still have more questions, you have about 7 minutes.
I should unmute everybody.
Yes, so that they can ask that question if they have any question. You still have about 7 minutes or 8 minutes to do that. So, guys, if
Come
you have
back,
more
please.
questions, okay, fine. If you have more questions, please ask. So,
I think in the absence of
absence of no other question, I think we have come to the end of.
Hello, can you hear me?
I think one thing.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, this is fabulous again.
Okay, come on, please.
Again, I want to suggest that on the WhatsApp group, I think it will be better for you to also do a presentation for us again, so that those who could not join the Zoom meeting can also have an idea what is going on too. And also, if you can also give us a trade on demo without the robot, or we have to get the robot and use on the demo.
No, you can trade on demo. As a matter of fact, I think you have up to
Is there a robot?
$100,000.
You said what?
Yes, there's a robot demo, definitely. Let me switch to the demo.
Okay, so that all these things we can know on the WhatsApp group. It will go a long way.
So this is a robot. Okay, this is a robot. If I want to have access to large amount of capital on the robots. So if you come here now and you check out my balance, I have balance of almost $500,000. You can see, I'm so rich. So I have balance of about $500,000 on the demo, because as a matter of fact, they give you specific amount of money to trade on different platforms. Do you understand? On different platforms. So I forgot to say this, guys. The platform have different price because of course you have to subscribe on a monthly basis, and this is a pro account. Okay, for pro accounts, I can launch up to 15 bots on pro accounts, 15 different bots. But on other accounts like advanced, basic, I think there's a limit to the number of bots that you can create on those plans. Okay, so you have to take note of that. But also you can practice on demo and see what works and what does not work. But on demo is so ideal because there is no price gap on demo. Demo assumes that every buy order gets filled instantly. Every sell order that the bot creates gets filled instantly. So, I know in reality, even on exchange, there are times you set buy order, and even the next 2 minutes, your buy order doesn't get filled because of the trading volume on that exchange. You get it? So, but on demo, there is nothing like that on demo. Once you set the buy order, it gets filled. You set the sell order, it gets filled. You understand? Because the demo is not always the demo account is receiving different data through the API point, on the platform. So that is why I decided not to. As a matter of fact, ever since I've been using this platform, I don't think I've treated on demo more than once. I only use it once. The following day, I launched out fully on the live account. So that's why I didn't really bother so much to use a demo for the training or for the conversation. So that's that about demo account. So if you like, you have access to over $35,000 or so on the demo account. So you can try it out and see what works and what does not. I can use that. And if you sign up on the platform also, you have 14 days free trial on Pro Plan. If you are using 14 day free trial on Pro Plan, then you have access to every tool that you have access to. But if you're smart enough, you can make so much money in 14 days. You can even use to pay for your subscription. So concerning the question about the issue of the WhatsApp presentation, I will talk to the host. I will talk to the event host. So if Joe agrees on the WhatsApp presentation, I can actually make. they can carry other people along that may not be here. And I think since one is recording this from his end, so definitely there's going to be a video that will be available to everyone to watch. You can always watch it at any time. I think that is if you join the premium group, the video will be there. And also, aside from the video that John will send to the group, I think on a weekly basis, we can always come online, and give you some insights about what you can do and more take advantage of this platform. Okay, so that's it, and I think I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. I think I'm done with this training. You can send back the post, and if you have more things to add to this conversation, then you can go on with
No, I don't think that there's anything much to add. Even me myself, I've been jotting down a lot of stuff you said, so there's nothing much to add. Hopefully, we still have other class on weekly class on, or let me not say weekly, maybe monthly, once in a while class on other trading configuration that you might want to share with us. We can opt in with new classes. Then peradventure we might have on other alternative means of making money via crypto. You've been sharing quite a lot of stuff in your WhatsApp status, so maybe organize another class. Hopefully, when you tell us best for you, so we'll run another advert on that and see who could have separate.
What I would suggest is this. Me and you've been using this post for quite a lot of months now. Yeah. So far it's been profitable so far. And what I would suggest is this. Once we find, because I do a lot of research on this bot, I do a lot of research, try to back test some data on the software. So once we find a profitable configuration, then these guys can have access to those configurations as fast as possible. So they can just take, just like copy and paste, just like a copy trading. You understand?
Yeah.
So we give them the low price, the upper price, the trail function and stuff like that, so that we can make the trade easier for them once they get started. So probably maybe after 3 months, 4 months, by the time they are comfortable with it, then they can start making trading decisions by themselves.
Okay, it's fine. It's all good. We'll talk about how we're going to kickstart that too, and whatever information I'll pass it to them. I dropped a link to, maybe you could help us with your Medium or website, or I know you have a course on these too, so I might request that via DM. Then you send me link. I only dropped the link to your YouTube video, which is very, very informational and a lot of content on it. So I've dropped it in the group. So guys, I think this is going to be the end for those people that are on our premium subscription. Who have access to the video, and apart from access to the video, we still share a lot of configuration, what they're calling it, settings for trading settings for you. And then if you have problem, you could contact us. We could do a live Zoom with you. And these are the benefits of joining our premium class. I'll give the details of how to join the premium class, the cost, and every other thing. There are other signals, there are other alternative means in making money on our premium class, and I'll share it in the group. So if you're interested, you contact us, and then we could add you up. So, but thank you so much, Content King, for all of this valuable information. Thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate it.
It's a pleasure, bro.
Okay, good night. Good night, everyone. Yeah, thanks. Goodbye.
Bye, sir.
Look, you haven't got the face for it. I just received.